Hey guys, TeannaBReading here, and welcome back to my channel. We're still doing book reviews today. Child, y'all, by the time y'all see this, y'all probably have seen the first book review too. Anyway, doing book reviews today. So we're gonna get right into it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't know, subscribe to my channel if you're interested in book reviews. I mostly review books by African American authors. That's not the only kind of books I read. That's just the books I prefer to talk about. Yeah, that's how I go. Once again, I said this in the previous video, but in case you didn't watch it, I burnt my arm with a pressing comb. It looks bad, I know. And I raised my arms a lot, so I figure I might as well just say it in the beginning of all these videos because you're going to see it in all these videos. I put a sweater on to kind of like cover it, but it's oversized, so the sleeves fall. All right, let's get into this review. For me, this is review number 2 today, but for y'all, it might be review number 1. And if y'all haven't watched my other reviews, why not? Why are you watching this one and you ain't watched all of them? I got a whole playlist. Watch my reviews, okay? So today we are going to be talking about a book called Candy Rain. It is by the author named Tacarra. Sorry if y'all hear that noise. A truck is riding past our apartment window. This is book, come on now, 112 for me this year in terms of new books. This is not total books, but new books. It has 187 pages. I read this pretty short. It took me from August 1st to August 2nd to read. Some people were asking before, people in my real life have asked how I get through so many books. It's not a secret. I read a lot when Julian is down. So if he's napping, I'll read. If he's asleep at night and I'm up, because that's my only solo time, I'm up pretty late reading. These books are short. They're all usually no more than 250 pages. That doesn't, Kindle pages. They don't take no time. I rated this book a 3 out of 5. I had a lot of problems with this book, but I feel like it's a book I can get a lot of content out of. I'm not going to hold y'all, so I figured I would talk about it. So real quick, we're going to read the summary. I do want to say the summaries I read, some of them I wrote myself. Some of them I pulled off of Amazon in entirety. And some of them, if the summary's too long, I will pull just a paragraph of the summary off Amazon. Whichever paragraph I feel as though provides the most context to the story, that's the one I pull. Alright, so let's read the summary. Let me zoom in. Sorry if me looking down is annoying to y'all. This is where my computer screen is. That's where I'm pulling from for my reading journal. If y'all want to see a reading journal video, I'll try to get one filmed for y'all so y'all can see how I note take my books that I read. Let me know if you're interested. I'll probably do it anyway, but let me know. Okay. What did I say? For these two, experiencing love for the first time at such a young age was the most freeing feeling, but they were also left utterly heartbroken after being ripped apart. With Soleil coming back to town after tragedy strikes, maybe they will get a second chance to explore all the things that were stolen from them the first time around. However, they're no longer teenagers and life was unforgiving to both. After coming face to face after years of being apart, Isaac and Soleil are uncertain if they will be able to reignite the flame that once was, or if their life choices will bring them nothing but chaos. The drama of it all. So, like I said, I rated this book a 3 out of 5. So there were some things I liked about it. I didn't feel any way about this book. No, I'm telling a tale. I rated it a 3 out of 5, but the likelihood of me rereading it is a no. So I felt a way about it. Let's get to my thoughts. I said, I need to charge y'all. Hold on. So, I did put so. I wrote so. So we're going to read so. So, Soleil thought it was a good idea to be hanging out with Isaac, but wasn't interested in him knowing his 7-year-old daughter. When Soleil comes back to town, it is revealed that she and Isaac had a child. She was pregnant. She didn't find out until after she left. She never told him. She comes back to town 7 years later with this child. when she comes back to town, of course, her and Isaac kind of pick up where they left off because their relationship did not end because they wanted it to end. I'm not going to talk about why their relationship ended, but it didn't end because of their own doing. She comes back. She has a 7-year-old. Isaac does not know this. She knows, of course, but Isaac does not know this. So she's back in town. She runs into Isaac, and he's basically like, oh, my boo is back. We back popping. We back. And so they start hanging out, spending time together, going on dates. They're in a whole relationship again. And she's been home. I don't remember how long she's been home, but she's been home for a substantial enough time for them to rekindle. She done reconnected with their old crew. Like, she's been home for a while. And she's like hanging out with them while her mama is at home with her daughter. Okay. So when they were teenagers and dating, there's this other girl who was kind of into Isaac, and I think that he was with her before he got with Soleil when they were teenagers. I forgot. But her name is, I hope I say it right, Ajay. And Ajay is who Isaac is with when Soleil comes back, basically. But once he sees that Soleil is back, he drops Ajay for Soleil. Okay? Okay. So I said she's mad about Ajay calling her out for ghosting Isaac, because that's the big thing. When she comes back, everybody's like, you ghosted him, especially Ajay, because she's like, you're picking her over me, and she ghosted you. You picking her over me, and I've been here for you, and she ditched you, and you are choosing to go back to her. And Soleil is upset about it. Like, she is beefing with Ajay about Ajay's commentary about her just popping back up in Isaac's life. But in my opinion, Ajay's not wrong, because you are trash. Because now you're back, and you've been, I don't remember how long it's been. I should have made note of it when I was taking my notes. But by this point, she's been back for at least a month. It's not a situation where she was home for 2 days and just never got around to telling Isaac. She's been hanging with him. You are trash, Soleil, because you hanging with this man, and your daughter, who don't know who her daddy is at home. A few minutes away. And you keep trying to justify, oh, I hasn't been the right time. I'm afraid to tell him. How is he going to react? No, you're being selfish, because if you were afraid, you would stay away from him. But you don't want to tell him he got a kid, but you sleeping with him. You don't want to tell him you got a kid, but you spending nights at his house. You don't want to tell him you got a kid, but you with him going on dates. So he's good enough for you to be back together with. They're a couple again. This is not like they figured they are together again. And the little girl is at home with her grandma, with no idea that her daddy around the corner, or wherever he said. I said, she's literally pawning her daughter off to her mom to lay up with her baby daddy that does not know he has a child. And this book pissed, I'm not gonna lie, this book pissed me off, because she was coming up with all these excuses of why he didn't need to know and why she kept it from him. And I don't know, I just feel like the book explains it away too easily. Like, the way he finds out, I'm not gonna reveal it, but the way he finds out she's upset that the people who helped him find out helped him find, like, it's like, did you never have any intent on telling him? But y'all are a couple again. So at some point, y'all was gonna get a house together, y'all maybe get married, like maybe have more kids. Were you just not gonna tell him? I don't know, this book pissed me off. The storyline itself was good, but I did not like Soleil. She was not a character I was interested in rooting for. She went from being this girl in the beginning of the book who, I don't know, they kind of made it seem like she was just like this good kid, and then she ended up being a stripper. I don't know. It just was weird. I maybe I should rate it lower than a 3. I don't know. It was weird. I did like Isaac's character. He was the only thing about the book worth liking. Soleil was not a redeemable character to me. And it is very rare for me to prefer the guy's growth and development in the book over the woman's. It's very rare. It's very rare. Because usually they don't show the men. Unless the man is the main character and he meets a woman, the man is usually not the one who gets the happily ever after it. If you get what I'm saying. Like, Soleil is the villain of her own story. She still ends up with her guy in the end, but she's the villain of her own story. And I thought that was interesting enough for me to mention to y'all. Let me know if you guys have read this book. Like I said, it's called Candy Rain, and it is by an author named Tacarra. It wasn't terrible, but it was not my favorite. Like I said, I rated it a 3. Let me know if you guys read it. If you did read it, let me know what you liked about it. If you didn't like it, tell me that too. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that fun stuff down below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.